VINCENZO'S Go Crypto Investing, where you like, subscribe, and share for a one-of-a-kind, company-made computer software trading probability-based trading alert, technical analysis, and company philosophy, as I'm your most trusted source for blockchain technology and cryptocurrency breaking news and coin updates here on YouTube. Here on YouTube and in the cryptocurrency sphere, as old Vincenzo has brought back truth and, most importantly, integrity back into the trading sphere. And I appreciate all the new people, the jabroni killers, the people that are using my Bitget partner link that like to trade crypto. Well, we got some breaking news on a couple of big things that have been going on recently in politics across the country, right? And old Vincenzo does more than just gold crypto. We do economic stuff and all kinds of things. But you got Boris Johnson resigns over there in, this is out of the New York Times, and this is breaking news. Come on, nobody cares. Boris Johnson resigns as the British Prime Minister, right? Which is kind of surprising, as you have an assassination of a former Prime Minister in a major country, and then you have this guy resigning, right? And earlier in the year, essentially the whole Italian Parliament or government, whatever they call them over there, they resigned, right? In London, Prime Minister Boris Johnson, a politicized figure in Britain, where his long associations with scandal rendered him a lonely man this week, blah, 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 blah. But if there is one place where apology for Mr. Johnson is, it is in Ukraine, where the Prime Minister is seen as a genuine friend of the embattled nation since Russia's invasion in February, right? This guy, I don't know too much about, but when I was scanning through this earlier, it seems to be that he had people sexually harassing and groping other people that he was covering up, amongst other things. From what I briefly gathered, but this would be like the United States president resigning, right? It's a major country, and he's essentially got thrown out of office, right? And it's kind of crazy what's going on around the world. You got massive scandal. He was, I believe, I don't think he was for staying in the European Union. But I don't know what was going on with him, but he's ousted, and he had to resign, which is kind of crazy. And we'll see what, foreign policy, British position with the more cautious approach to the Berlin, blah, 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 right? We'll gather more information on here, but it's breaking news that the British Prime Minister was forced to resign due to scandals within his party, and the scandals appeared to be he had members on his staff groping and sexually harassing other people. I'm not sure if it was men sexually harassing women, women sexually harassing men sexually harassing men. I don't know what it was about over there, but it was something about him covering up sexual assaults, maybe borderline that. But you have him out, and then you have the guy, the former Prime Minister of Japan over here, right? And he was assassinated essentially on live TV with a homemade shotgun, right? Sounded more like a homemade bomb, but a man made essentially a homemade double-barrel shotgun. And former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. He was a love figure, and he was actually promoted peace, right? And the people actually kind of liked this guy, and he seemed to be anti-war and more peace. So it makes sense that they couldn't have him around anymore campaigning. You can watch the video on YouTube, right, and kind of take that for what it's worth. You can see a small group of people with the media where he was having a campaign speech for an upcoming election, and a guy essentially walked almost right up to him, pointed a homemade double-barrel shotgun at him, and you hear pop, pop, screaming. You see them tackle the former prime minister, and then they take down the shooter. We're not going to say alleged shooter because he was on videotape shooting the fucking guy, right? And the ex-prime minister ended up dying on his way to the hospital. So that's two major stories going on across the world, right? And that's worth noting. Strange things happening all over the place. The Bitcoin price, nothing strange really going on with it. Data suggests buying on Coinbase behind the Bitcoin pump. Crypto traders lose 280 million following Bitcoin's break above 22,000. Maybe those were short coverings. Why Bitcoin must meet these conditions if you want to stay above 20K. Just some random stories from random crypto people, right? I like to see if there's any breaking news, but there's nothing really that important. Blockchain.com USD 250 million exposure to 3 Arrows Capital. Woo, that's not good. If you got money on Blockchain.com, right? It seems like another lending platform. Get your money out of there. ExchangeNews.com, Blockchain.com CEO Peter Smith said in a letter to shareholders that 3 Arrows Capital, the over-leveraged hedge fund that is now subsequently subject to liquidation, it's insolvent, rapidly became insolvent, and the default impacted approximately $270 million worth of USD loans. Yeah, they are loans from Blockchain.com. So if you lent Blockchain.com money, you might be the next shoe to drop as a lending platform goes insolvent. As who knows if they're going to have the money to pay you. Payments News, Banking Circle, a European bank forced a cross-border payment, is adopting stablecoin USDC on its platform as a payment, acceptance, processing, and settlement. What the fuck? It's fucking train, dude. Are you kidding me? This train's not moving. Fuck this. We're going to have to make a quick U-turn. Continue. What are you doing? You're going to really make a U-turn right there. Hello? Oh, my God. You're so stupid. Yeah, dude. Other people are trying to come up. Come all the way around and make a U-turn. What are you fucking doing? Fucking dumber than shit. People are so stupid. I swear to God. They're just so dumb. They have no brain. The brain capacity of this nation in my lifetime has fallen 30, 40, 50 points at least. But as we were saying, this is big news. If you have, I've been warning about this and continue to hone this. If you have money in blockchain.com and you've lent money to them trying to get quick interest, if you can, call up that loan, whether you got to take a small loss or not. Get your money out of there, off that lending platform, because these lending platforms, it's a cascading effect. It doesn't just affect the one that you lent to. Their solvency lies in where they lend that money to. Because anytime you lend money to blockchain.com or 3 Arrows Capital or Celsius or any of these other lending platforms that are saying they're going to give you 6, 10, 12, 15, 18% interest or more per month per year, they have to do something with the money you're lending them. They don't get that money by just chilling there. They're either buying crypto or they're buying other assets. They're doing risky things to try to make them returns to their investors, right? And when you have a major insolvency problem, like a crypto crash and the liquidity crunches across the equity markets, it doesn't just stop at 3 Arrows. It affects whoever 3 Arrows was sending money to try to make money, lending money to people, right? Taking loans from, giving loans to. It affects everybody on down the line. And blockchain.com looks to be the next shoe to drop. And unfortunately, if you got money in that exchange, don't look good, right? It looks like you might be headed for big, big losses there because they're probably going to go insolvent too, depending on how much money they lent to Three Arrows Capital versus how much liquidity they have. That's at $280 million. That's not chump change, right? But you can see right now, the Bitcoin price in the 3-hour time frame is trying to break out of this falling wedge. And then we were in sort of, or a falling channel, and we formed sort of a rising wedge to try to break out of this in a regional local time frame. And we did successfully break out of that yellow descending support. And then we back tested the white support box, the uptrend, and you can see that we almost hit it beautifully and bounced, or we did hit it beautifully and bounced. And now we're trying to hold the 200-day, and if we do, we can continue up to maybe that 24,011, right? That would be your next major upper resistance, right? But if you fall back down and start to trade down, you would have to look at some of these underneath targets down here, right? And then if you fell back into this channel. But right now, you pumped out. See this? You pumped out of the channel. It was resistance, resistance. Then you back tested this, and if you can continue up, you can continue in the bull into this bear market rally, right? We've been warning about this for a week and a half now that you could have a nice bear market rally. You can see Ethereum is still following its uptrend, and if you continue to hold that green fib circle, the 200-day moving average, you can try to make a run to 1296 as major upper resistance, or actually 1688 is major upper resistance. 1299 is short-term upper resistance, and 1296. What the fuck? Where's that one at? Oh, we need to get rid of that. Yeah, 1299 is short-term upper resistance, and 1688 is your major upper resistance that I don't think you would get by even if you traded up that far, right? And then if you look at Cardano, you can see we were talking about that earlier. We've initially got rejected by it. And if you trade back down to the purple line at the 44 cents, you can hold that to remain bullish and then try to break out to the upside to come up to 61 cents, right? Like, subscribe, and share to Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing. Peace and love. Peace and love.